Now, if I told you guys once, I done told you twice, I done told you 5 times, do not argue with an Aquarius. Now, this doesn't mean you have to agree with everything Aquarius says, but if you want an Aquarius to like you and keep talking to you, the best idea is to not disagree with them. Okay? Now, this does not mean, like I said, that you have to agree with everything Aquarius says or that Aquarius is always right. There's actually a number of nuances to this. So today we're going to dig more into it because I've told everybody and their grandmother not to do it, but I never really talked about why, you know? So someone sent me a message and she thinks that she knows why. So I'm going to read you her message and we're going to decide if she's right. And maybe we can even add some more things to it. Because some of the times, because like I read the first part of it and I'm like, there might be a little bit more to it than that. So let's talk about that. First, let's do the introduction. And then I'm going to read you what she said. And then we're going to talk about it. And in the comments section, if you can add some things to this, or if you see something that maybe we didn't see, please let us know. Okay? All right, guys, I'm Queen Offset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who might like it too. And stick around to the end of the video because at the end, I'm going to respond to 2 comments at random from previous videos. And one of them might be yours, or you might enjoy what I have to say. Likewise, underneath this video is my email. So if you want to get a reading done, everybody knows I am a card shark. I read the cards before they stop moving. Okay? So if you want to get a reading done, please feel free to email me. If you want to hit me up on social media, I don't chat a lot, but I am on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay? Likewise, if you have a question, a general question for Ask an Aquarius, I will answer it for free if chosen in a live video. Well, not a live, a recorded video. So check out underneath this video for all that information and feel free to hit me up. Now let's talk about this young lady's question. I thought this was a really good question. I never really talk about this, so this would be good to expose more of these reasons. She said, I noticed that Aquarius need to be agreed with to feel truly accepted for who they are. Maybe they find their identity in their ideas and beliefs. I don't know. But my Libra friend noticed this too. I don't know if I'm voicing this correctly and if it's making sense. But when you disagree with an Aquarius or prove them wrong in some way, they take it personally and open up less. They feel more judged by you. Is it an identity thing? And is it true that they answer, who are you truly with? I am what I believe and stand for. Us earth signs would answer, who are you with our character, resilience, and endurance? And our ability to withstand things thrown at us, aka with our physical, emotional, and mental strength, which is a very earthy thing, I guess. Anyway, sending you lots of love and positive vibes. All right, so let's break this down from the beginning. Let's go back to the top. So the first thing she said here was that Aquarius need to be agreed with to feel truly accepted for who they are. Aquarius don't care if you agree with us. And I think this is where a lot of people make their mistake, because Aquarius are so used to people not agreeing with us. And I think this is where the confusion comes in. Aquarius are so used to people not agreeing with us that it's kind of like, here we go again. As soon as it happens, because we're so used to it. And I think that that's the first part of it, that older Aquarius, younger ones, I think they still get caught up in this. But as we get older, we stop caring if people agree with us. So it really does depend on, the age of the Aquarius, number one. Because after we get older, we've been disagreed with so much that we kind of just be like, whatever. Another thing about this agreeing thing is Aquarius, we often, remember I said we expect people to disagree with us, but a lot of times we say things that people have no idea what we're talking about. We say a lot of futuristic things. We make a lot of things up. So for example, a long time ago, I was telling a Taurus, another earth sign, I was talking about an idea I had for modeling. And basically this modeling agency type company was trying to crop up, and I thought their idea was interesting, and I was telling her about their idea, and she sat there telling me how that's not how things work, that could never work, and blah 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 blah. First of all, she didn't even listen. This is the first thing that pisses Aquarius off. She didn't even listen to what I had to say before she disagreed. And this is something that does piss Aquarius off, because, and this happens to me at Asking Aquarius too, somebody will not watch the video. They'll read the thumbnail and they'll look at the title and then respond to the thumbnail and the title. Now, the way I word the thumbnails and the titles and what's actually in the video is a little bit different. I come from different angles with it. So if they didn't watch the video, it's pretty obvious to me after reading their comment that they didn't watch the video. So I feel like, why should I respond to you or pay you any mind at all if you didn't give me the respect of even hearing what I had to say? Same thing with the Taurus. She didn't give me the respect of even listening to the idea before she disagreed with the idea. That's something that Aquarius do not like. We find that to be disrespectful just because of the fact that you didn't even listen to me before you went on the negative. So if you didn't listen to me and disagreed, that means you're not hearing me. Aquarius, more so than being agreed with, we want to be heard and we want to be understood. So if the person says, I totally understand what you're saying, and they repeat back what I said, but I think maybe blah, 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 I'm not going to be angry about that. I'll give you a great example. The other day, this woman and I were talking about the Speedy by Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton has a pocketbook and it's called the Speedy, and there's many different versions of the Speedy. She hates the Speedy. She thinks it's the most impractical pocketbook Louis Vuitton ever came out with. Now, I don't have a Louis Vuitton. I don't have any luxury bags, but I really like the Speedy, and I'm always looking at it and looking at the different pictures of it, and like, one day I might pull the trigger and get me a Speedy. So she and I were talking about the Speedy. She hates the Speedy. I love the Speedy. But we didn't have an argument, and I didn't give a shit that she doesn't like the Speedy. I even agreed with the reasons that she had for not liking it. But because she was saying, basically it's a big open bag. It's like a cave with a zipper on the top, right? And she was saying she does not like that style of bag. It leaves her no organization, blah, blah, blah. All my bags are like that. I just throw stuff in them, put it on my shoulder, and keep it moving. So for me, I can always find things. I don't need a little light. She says she has a little light in her bag. She has an organizer in her bag. She needs things from her bag that I don't need. So when we talked about the Speedy and she was tearing it up about how impractical it is, I really didn't care and agreed with her that it is impractical for her uses. So you see, she understood me. She took the time to understand what I was saying. I took the time to understand what she was saying, and we disagreed, and we still friends. Because it wasn't the disagreeing that bothers the Aquarius, it's the other stuff around it. And I think this is where people make their mistake. I don't think people really notice that. And then she also mentioned she said maybe they find their identity in their ideas and beliefs. Your ideas and beliefs make up your character. Your character is your identity. That's who you are. The ideas, the beliefs, and the actions that you take in life, that's who you are, whether you like it or not. So that is a very true statement, but that's true for everybody. You even said a little bit further down, you said your Libra friend noticed this too, which Libras are really intellectual, so they would definitely intellectualize it. So that makes sense. But you said here, you said way down that a Capricorn would say that they are their character, their resilience, and their endurance. The Aquarius would say, I am what I believe and what I stand for. Those are both the same things. Your character is what you believe and what you stand for. And what you believe and what you stand for, according to this, is resilience, endurance, and being able to withstand what's thrown at you. So you're both, you as the earth sign and us as the Aquarius, it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing, but you just worded it differently. And I don't think Capricorns really, I don't know how you guys feel about being understood. I don't care. I don't even know how you feel about being listened to. But those two things are the reason why disagreements irk us. Because in most cases, the other person does not take that time. And another thing, most people that disagree with me have no idea what they're talking about. And that pisses me off. I'm going to tell you, me particularly. Other Aquarius might have this problem too. But a lot of people that come to disagree with me, family members, strangers, whoever they are, 9 times out of 10 don't know about the topic. And this makes me so mad because I know my topics. If it's a topic that I'm passionate about, I know that topic. Frontwards and backwards. How dare you? How dare you come say some shit to me about one of my topics and didn't even take the time to research it? You might as well not say nothing to me at all. Don't even go there. So that's another thing that does piss off a lot of Aquarius, because somebody with no knowledge of what I'm talking about will come try to tell me what to do with my life. Tell me what I should and should not be saying and doing, or whatever that topic is. One day, I was here at Ask an Aquarius, and a young girl, she must have been about 23 years old, told me, you don't need magic, you need Jesus. That's what she told me. And I said to her, you don't know me, so how do you know what I need? You don't even know what you need. You're 23 years old. I'm 20 years older than you. I done been through everything that you're talking about twice. Okay? How do you know what I need? You don't know me. You've never researched me. This the first video you watched and you think you know what you're talking about. Girl, if you don't get out of my face. And those are the kind of things that will make an Aquarius angry. But like I said, a lot of times we just don't care if people disagree with us because we're so used to it. So I think that a lot of times we do kind of just zone out because it's like, here we go again. And we do find people, especially Libras sometimes, not all of them. Some Libras are so sweet, but some of them are argumentative and they want to argue for the sake of arguing. Aquarius do not like that. We don't like that devil's advocate, arguing for the sake of arguing about something. We find all of that to be a waste of time. So that's another thing that we have a tendency not to like. Now, you said that if you disagree with an Aquarius, so if you disagree with us wrong, if you disagree not listening to us, not hearing us, not understanding what we have to say, that, or you prove them wrong, Aquarius says something and you prove it wrong, that they take it personally. Definitely, because you didn't listen to us. You know, if you prove us wrong in some way, I don't personally get angry about it. If you can prove, like, you see something, or if you have something, you know, that you read, or you can prove it, like, oh, I read this, I saw this. I wouldn't get mad about it. I would just read it and then decide which one I believed. If I believed what I already believed, or if I believed the new information. So I would just look at it and read it because new information comes out every day. And I know that. So I would never dismiss knowledge. You know, if somebody talking something that sounds, it resonates with me, I will listen. And she said, Aquarius, take it personally and open up less. Yeah, that's very true. Because if you keep on disagreeing, if we find you to be argumentative, we open up less. If you keep disagreeing with us without listening, we open up less. If you keep on disrespecting by, doing things like I said before, of not knowing the topic, not knowing what you're talking about, we open up less. If I tell you something and you don't listen, like one time I was saying, this woman had asked me a question in the comment section and I answered her question, but it wasn't the answer she wanted. I don't know what she wanted, but I didn't give her the answer she wanted. So she kept on pressing the point, so I just stopped talking. It was like, you didn't hear what I just said. So why am I going to keep talking? Aquarius hate wasting our breath. We hate repeating things over and over again that we already done told you. So some of these things I think do play into that as well. But as far as what you were saying before, I do think that a person's beliefs and ideas, no matter what sign you are, play into your character. It becomes who you are. It becomes your very actions. That's why ideas and beliefs are so dangerous. If ideas and beliefs were not dangerous, we wouldn't see things like, racism and prejudice and sexism. These are all ideas and beliefs that become real crimes against people. It's not just a frivolous kind of thing or like just something that you're thinking about, So I do believe that that's 100% correct, but I just think it's true for everybody. I do think that we open up a lot less. We actually will shut down on you. If you're really, really argumentative, we'll stop talking to you because we just don't feel like going through the drama, And like I said before about that friend and I that were not arguing, discussing the speedy, we've had other conversations too about different things. And we often are on different sides of the spectrum. But like I said before, we both understand each other. And all the Aquarius really needs from you is to understand. Yes, I understand what you're saying. I can repeat back what you're saying. But it seems to my perception that it could have something to do with X. And if you put it to an Aquarius like that, they might not have even considered X. They might be like, oh, okay. It's the way that it comes across. And if it comes across as argumentative or negative, the Aquarius not going to want to talk to you no more. And that is true. That's very, very true. When she said that, it hit it right on the head. Aquarius will shut down on you so fast. People always talk about Aquarius detaching and withdrawing and shutting down. This is one of the things because we really don't like that energy. But like I said, it's not about the agreeing. It's about the understanding. All Aquarius really wants you to do is understand whether you agree or not. And we also don't need to hear that you don't agree. Unless you want to discuss the topic, you saying, oh, I don't agree with you, is unless you're going to back that up with something else, like I don't agree with you, I think this. A lot of people will just be like, I don't agree with you. And they have nothing to say, nothing behind that. So if there's something behind it that can be beneficial, the Aquarius might listen to that as well. Also, if you have one of the low vibrational Aquarius, they don't like it, period. And this is an Aquarius who might be have a hot temper, have more of an attitude. Those kind of Aquarius don't like it, period. And it has probably some of the same elements that I'm talking about, but I think also it has to do with the fact like their ego is played in there too. Their ego is like, how dare you disagree with me, Now, me personally, I know information changes. I know I could tell you something I read in a psychology book today and a new edition can come out tomorrow that changes the name, changes the definition. I know that because I read this stuff all the time and I've seen terms change. I've seen definitions change. I've seen things change over time. There's no way one person's going to know everything. So those of us that got common sense, we know that. We're very aware of that. All right, iSavvy. Hey, iSavvy. iSavvy said, fucking love your channel and love looking forward to seeing your exotic makeup looks. Thank you. I get my makeup looks from YouTube. I type in the color eyeshadow that I have, and I look at all the ones that are available, and I pick and choose which ones I do. I learned everything from YouTube. Teddy Ferguson. Hey, Teddy. Teddy Ferguson said, I need to detach. It's like charging my cell. It helps me reset. Happy New Year, Queen. Happy New Year, Teddy. I agree 100%. Detaching, especially when we're overwhelmed, is so necessary. I can't stand it when I'm overwhelmed and I need some space and the other person will not give it to me. Nothing irks me more than that. It's like, oh my God. All right, guys. So that was the last one. So please come back soon because I have so much more to say. See you later.